It's a real pleasure to meet you on your way to discover our region.
Here you have all the watchmakers using mechanics.
It's one thing to produce a very beautiful watch, but it's something else to sell it.
Dubai Watch Week is an educational platform that was developed by the Seddiqi team back in 2014. And the purpose of Dubai Watch Week is really to facilitate and put people together to share knowledge, exchange ideas, and get to know each other. We wanted to take a step back and share a very in-depth perspective of the watch industry with our audiences, and perhaps also those who are very much immersed into the watch industry. So we put together a group of people that came not just from the watch publication background. We really handpicked individuals that would see a different perspective of the watch industry.
How many liquids are there in a watch? Two, obviously. Density makes the blue part to be at the bottom.
Here we find the back of tourbillon bridge I show you on the mechanics.
What was interesting is you just gain insight into the different aspects of the watchmaking, so the high-end watchmaking industry.
You can see innovation reaching its highest point.
All the technology that is behind that, what we think is simple, there is much more behind it, and it was a real surprise to discover.
But also to learn from the people behind these big brands, what draw them to the industry, and to do the things that they do.
The very old crafts, the engravings, how things are made manually, is very, very impressive.
When you look at the region that these watchmakers are, with an incredible scenery that they have to wake up to every morning, what inspired them to become watchmakers? What inspired them to become innovators, to become masters of a particular craft that has continued for hundreds and hundreds of years? And this is what we really wanted to focus on, and focus on the very specific techniques that are produced and guarded safely by the artisans. And we met individuals such as Francois Junot. They call him the puppet master because he produces incredible things. You walk into his workshop, it's like walking into a cave of wonders and treasures. Every corner has an antique, every corner has an amazing piece of artifact, an amazing piece of history.
There are so many similarities in the way he thinks with high watchmaking, but the creativity, the complexity of his work, and the fact that we can recognize him in his work is something that for me was really a highlight.
Very interesting across the 5 days is that we noticed the brands themselves, the manufacturers themselves, are not only focusing on the business scenario for the brand or for themselves. They're producing things for the medical sector, for the pharmaceutical sectors, for other brands, and that's what we wanted to focus on. And I hope that the group and the team that was with us, but also our readers and our audience, would get to see the incredible journey of discovery that took us to the heart of Switzerland, where we came across not just beautiful landscapes and sceneries, but also amazing people, unique individuals that is going to stay with us for a very long time and definitely not forget this journey.
It brought to all of us a sense of what really matters in this industry and in this art.
I think the great advantage of Dubai Watch Week is the education that it brings into the market, into the mechanics, into what goes into the fine timepieces that we all love and enjoy.
I think it's a very promising event which will help this industry to spread more and more in the region.
When we looked at developing this particular press strip, it was not going to be a one-off event. So we are looking at the next 5 years plan to see how we can work with the different cantos, with the different watchmakers and the different artisans to put together an itinerary together. At Dubai Watch Week, all we want to do is really share the incredible knowledge and passion that individuals in this industry have. So do discover them, do find out about them, and definitely share them when you do.